10 dangerous criminals in the world. What drives a person to become one of the world's most feared criminals? Is it greed, power, ideology, or something far darker? Throughout history, there have been individuals whose crimes were so terrifying that they changed the course of entire nations. From masterminds of global terror to ruthless serial killers, each story reveals the depths of human depravity. But who among them is the most dangerous? Let's dive into the stories of the top 10 most dangerous criminals in the world, each one leaving behind a legacy of fear and destruction. Number 10. Dawood Ibrahim. Following a recent gunshot that took place outside of his brother's residence, which resulted in the death of a bodyguard, the most wanted man in India reportedly had to postpone the wedding celebration of his son. D Company is a criminal organization that Ibrahim has been leading for years. It consists of 5,000 members. From narcotics to contract assassination, the organized criminal gang has been involved in a wide range of activities, with the majority of its operations taking place in Pakistan, India, and the United Arab Emirates. Ibrahim is said to have coordinated with both Al-Qaeda and its South Asian branch, Lashkar-e-Taiba, both of which were responsible for carrying out the attacks in Mumbai in November 2008, potentially with Ibrahim's assistance. The United States government claims that Ibrahim shares smuggling channels with Al-Qaeda. It is believed that Ibrahim was the mastermind behind the bombs that occurred in Bombay in 1993, which resulted in the deaths of 257 people and injuries to 713 more. The Pakistani government has denied that Ibrahim is in Pakistan. Yet, it is quite likely that he is in Pakistan, where he has significant connections to the powerful intelligence service. Number 9. Semyon Mogilevich. According to allegations of tax evasion at a cosmetics business, the person who is considered to be the face of Russian organized crime was briefly detained in Russia in the year 2008. The tax accusations against Mogilevich were dismissed in 2009 after his attorneys argued that he was innocent of the allegations. The United States of America had requested that he be handed over in connection with a stock fraud that included $150 million. But because the United States and Russia do not have an extradition treaty, there was never much of a likelihood that this would happen. Mogilevich is linked to claims that range from murder for hire to arms trafficking, to possibly trafficking in nuclear materials, according to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, which views him as more than just a stock swindler. These allegations have been refuted by Mogilevich. Yet the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, established a danger focus cell in order to concentrate on Mogilevich, which is an indication that he is still considered to be a significant criminal danger. Number 8. Nasir al-Wuhayshi. The commander of Al-Qaeda in Yemen, also known as Al-Qaeda in the Arab Peninsula, al-Wuhayshi is the former secretary of Osama bin Laden. He is also the leader of the increasingly powerful offshoot of Al-Qaeda in Yemen. In 2006, he managed to break out of a prison in Yemen that was under the highest possible security level. He is now able to work in a country that is unstable and ideal for the cultivation of new recruits and money. As a result of accepting credit for the bombing of Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab's underwear, and according to Abdul Hakim Muhammad, supporting his deadly strike at a military recruiting office in Little Rock, Al-Qaeda in the Arab Peninsula has made it abundantly obvious that it intends to launch an attack against the United States for the first time. Number 7. Matteo Messina Denaro. An attempt is being made by the head of the Italian mafia to survive the historic onslaught that the Italian police have launched against the most notorious criminal organization in the world. Italian law enforcement has been successful in apprehending the majority of the most sought mafia fugitives, including Giorgio De Masi, in the past few months. Denaro has been able to maintain his anonymity. Denaro, who was only beginning to emerge as a leader of the Italian mafia after the detention of Bernardo Provenzano, was appearing on the first Forbes Most Wanted list 3 years ago. He was given the nickname Diabolic, and he was only beginning to emerge as a leader. There is no question that he is the new ruler of the mafia, because other prominent mafia figures have been arrested since then. Denaro, commonly referred to as the playboy of the Italian mafia, is famous for his fast-paced lifestyle, which includes driving Porsches and wearing Rolex watches. Number 6. Alimzhan Tokhtakhunov. Taiwanchik is the nickname given to Tokhtakhunov, a prominent Russian gangster who was born in Uzbekistan and acquired the nickname due to his Asian appearance. The government of the United States refers to him as a major figure in international Eurasian organized crime and states that he has been involved in activities such as drug distribution, illegal arms sales, and trafficking from stolen vehicles. A wide range of events, from beauty pageants to Olympic competitions in Utah, are suspected of being rigged by him. The United States government brought charges against him in 2002 for allegedly bribing Olympic figure skating judges. After being detained in Italy, the United States of America made an effort to retrieve him. However, the Italians ultimately released Tokhtakhunov. Number 5. Felician Kabuga. A man who is considered to be the most sought in Africa is being accused of being the primary financier behind one of the most heinous genocides in the history of humanity. He is being accused with serious offenses under the 1949 Geneva Conventions, crimes against humanity, and genocide, which are all in connection with the slaughter of over 800,000 Rwandans in 1994. The International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda has recently begun special depositions in the case against him. It was the prosecutors who decided to take the depositions because they were concerned that the evidence against Kabuga would be destroyed or deteriorated as a result of the passage of time or the disappearance of witnesses. Kabuga's radio station was responsible for inciting violence against the Tutsi population of Rwanda. In addition to that, he was the provider of transportation, as well as hoes and machetes that were utilized as weapons. Number 4. Joseph Kony. Kony, who is the leader of the Lord's Resistance Army, a guerrilla group that is attempting to establish a theocratic regime, is responsible for the slaughter of civilians in Uganda and, more recently, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the Central African Republic, and Sudan. 2 million people have been forced to flee their homes as a result of the LRA's leadership, and Kony has been responsible for the kidnapping of 60,000 people, including 30,000 children, and forcing them to participate in his campaign of homicide, rape, mutilation, and sexual slavery. There are rumors that he coerces youngsters into killing their own parents as a requirement for them to become members of his organization. An estimated 2,400 civilians have been killed by the LRA since the year 2008. In addition to indicting Kony on 33 offenses, including crimes against humanity and war crimes, the International Criminal Court has issued a warrant for his arrest. Number 3. Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden, the leader of the terrorist organization Al-Qaeda, was the mastermind behind the atrocities that took place on September 11. Nearly 3,000 people lost their lives as a result of the assaults on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon, which altered the trajectory of history on a worldwide scale. The activities of bin Laden were the catalyst for the War on Terror, a conflict that lasted for decades and had an impact on the lives of millions of people. The threat of terrorism that he helped create continues to exist, despite the fact that his death in 2011 during a raid by the United States Navy SEALs marked a turning point. Beyond Al-Qaeda, bin Laden's ideology flourished, serving as an inspiration to a multitude of terrorist groups all over the world. His ability to remain undetected for such a significant amount of time demonstrated the challenges that are inherent in the fight against global terrorism. Number 2. Ayman al-Zawahiri. The United States government has indicted al-Zawahiri for his role in the bombings of United States embassies in Tanzania and Kenya in 1998, which resulted in the deaths of hundreds of people. Regardless of whether or not he ends up commanding Al-Qaeda, the United States government continues to seek him out. Formerly serving as Osama bin Laden's deputy, He held the position of second in command within Al-Qaeda for a considerable amount of time. Within Al-Qaeda, he is considered to be a source of contention. Nonetheless, now that bin Laden has been eliminated, he is the most notorious head of the terrorist organization. Number 1. Joaquin Guzman. A man who is the most desired in the world is Joaquin Guzman. Additionally known as El Chapo or Shorty, he has been expanding his ruthless control over routes in Mexico that are utilized for the purpose of smuggling marijuana and cocaine into the United States. Currently, it is thought that he is hiding in the mountains of Durango, which are located in the northwest region of Mexico. Since 2001, when he escaped from a Mexican prison in a laundry cart after Mexican courts determined that he may be extradited to the United States, Guzman has been evading capture. He has been awaiting capture ever since. Now 53 years old, he is the leader of the Sinaloa cartel. The Department of Energy, DEA, is of the opinion that he is more powerful now than he was 2 or 3 years ago. If you want to learn more about the world's most dangerous criminals and stay informed on shocking true crime stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for more eye-opening content.